Hello, welcome to Conny Decorates today. And of course, with heart. And with heart in it. With heart in it. Exactly. The cameraman. Exactly. It's really great outside, frosty and cold. And we thought the winter heather is blooming so wonderfully in our front yard right now. We're here in the North Heath and thought we'd just make a vase decoration with some early spring bulbs. With the heather and a few branches, and maybe even with a homemade nest. We just placed a small basket in here. But if you want to know how this really natural decoration idea works, stay tuned because we're going to show you that now. These are the things we need today for our vase decoration. Now still in the winter season, and here we have a nice glass vase. It's relatively tall, but you can of course use any size or type you have, the size that you have. Then I have a few bulb videos here today. I have here some cinnamon and daffodils and from our larch tree. Beautiful branches, as well as the flowers from our winter heather. Actually, I just cut a few branches again. I have a string of lights. And what I found is that I still have a few artificial bulbs. So I thought maybe it would be a good idea to mix it up a bit and to decorate with these here. I have a small canning jar and this nice little willow basket, and I also have a pumpkin puller. Hazel, maybe we can fit that in too, but let's just see. And I would say, let's get started. And we start with the branches. Just take a look at what branches you have. Then it's definitely an advantage here, especially with the twigs, if they're still nice and flexible and elastic. And then I would just carefully twist them into the vase here. Just twist them a bit into the inside of the vase. And please always check what is your vase like in terms of the texture or thickness of the glass. So please don't apply too much pressure. If the glass is a bit thinner, this one is, I have to say, relatively thick, and that fits perfectly. And I'm just looking at how to place the little branches into the vase.
Love is like a roller coaster, but I'm trying to hold on. I don't want it to stop. Even though we fight sometimes and it feels like a war zone, I
just put the branches in. That's not true at all. I was really just a bit distracted and made a mistake in my thinking. Of course, I'll start right away with the natural moss. That's always very nice to use that as a base. And I'm placing that right here in the bottom of the vase. Then I take my willow basket here, and that fits perfectly in terms of diameter. And I also just want to simply place that right exactly on top of my moss here, precisely, carefully, gently, delicately, and then I'll get started. Working with the branches, or rather, I think before I take the branches, I'm already starting to place my early bloomers in here. I decided to go with the hyacinths. I just took them out of the pot. I'm also taking off a bit of soil because they are relatively high in the pot and also have a bit of root system. And I'm placing them now into my willow basket. And there's room for a second one. I'm just going to pull the bulbs apart a bit and place them in there.
About us. How do you move on when everything goes wrong? I'm trying to find a way to get you out my head. Don't know how to cope with being so broken. Girl, I can't forget about what we said.
I've taken the bulb flowers out of the pot and I'm going to place them nicely in here. What's really good now, I'm going to take a bit of moss here as filler. And of course that's really nice. That the heather beautifully matches the purple hyacinths quite well in color, and they elegantly complement each other together. I'm adding a little bit more of a small amount of fresh moss in here again, carefully filling it up, and then I'll gently and slowly take the basket and place it in here. Set blooms on moss, add to vase for life. Early bloomers look wonderful when placed on the moss, but I thought it would be nice to add something different into the vase as well. That makes it feel really lively now. Or maybe another decorative element that always fits quite well. And then right here, also my little or big branches, I'm going to gently and carefully place them in the vase now.
I just wanna love you a little bit more. Don't just walk away from me and close the door. They
So I've got all the large branches in except for one that I left outside. That would be way too much now. And it's a pity, well, and of course he's having fun with the other small flexible twigs that are now falling away from the lawn towards the outside. That's always very, very nice, and I'm now absolutely taking my winter heather and just sticking it in between here as well. I'm going to very carefully go back into the base here. Just take a look. I obviously don't want to hinder the growth of the hyacinths later on. I'll keep an eye on that later when they grow upwards so that they really have air upwards, yes, to grow out at the top. And then I would really take out another little twig from there. And that's why I'm going to place the winter heather in here at the top again. And that we have the shade here in the upper area again. So we have down here, the purple is higher in the back, a little purple up here. Maybe you also have some dried plants or other nice things, such as beautiful flowers or colorful leaves, or even intricate branches that you can incorporate in there. I have the corkscrew hazel, and I would actually like to include that as well, for instance. I'm just going to take another look where I can place it. Best to place it to the side. It was turned again, and now you can really see through it quite well. Here you can see the inside at the bottom, and I think I'm actually going to leave out the troops because I have here now a bit more of the heather. And I would like to just twist it a bit into the corkscrew hazel up here. Then we also have this nice shade in the upper area, and it holds quite well. You don't need to secure it or anything, just lay it in, and that's perfect. I need to take the branch out. So that was a bit too much for me because I was really afraid otherwise that it's just too much here. So that the hyacinths, or rather that the space is too small, that the hyacinths can also grow nicely upwards. And so it's super airy. If necessary, I could take that out, but I think it should be just fine like this. I still have a hyacinth. I washed it off a bit, put it back in the water, and I'm just going to twist it here with a wire. Just a moment here in the upper area. You can also use a nice aluminum wire, and then you can weave them in again up here into the branch. Encouragement. Maybe you also have small pearl beads at the back. That's already great, of course. A nice thing, they're not too big either. That would of course be perfect as well, like this. Now we have another one here, and we definitely need light. That means the fairy lights have batteries in them. I'm setting them on a timer and would like to, here's another string, just put it all in here.
That you'll always be on my mind, even in the hard times. I care about you. How do you move on when everything goes wrong?
I recently found a beautifully and elegantly designed LED taper candle. I would like to place it right here in the middle. I think such a light is always very nice. Right here in a vase, it always fits perfectly. And it would be great if I had it in violet or blackberry color right now. But I think this shade also fits quite well. And our vase is ready. We're done. Sweet, sweet. We've quickly created a beautiful wintry vase decoration with a bit from the garden and some early bloomers from the discount store. Maybe you feel like, if you don't have a willow basket, just building a small little arrangement to put that in there. That was actually the idea, but we just made it a bit simpler today. But we really hope that we could inspire you with this as well. And then, of course, we need to talk about the thumbs up. Thank you so much again for the really, really kind and truly numerous comments. Thanks for that and for your loyalty. And that we always stay so free and diligent. So we're looking forward to decorating with and for you again in the coming days. Decorating with you. Stay healthy. Feel good, you're Conny and the wonderful Mr. Cameraman. Exactly. Live your life. See you soon. Bye.